Good morning, everyone. Welcome again to another episode of Development, One Topic at a Time, your podcast. Black women and those from the migrant community face added challenges when it comes to maternal health. More research is needed to address this topic appropriately. And it goes without saying that more emphasis needs to be put on developing and implementing relevant and practical policies that could alleviate the pain and suffering of women who are only trying to bring new human beings into this world. Therefore, policymakers, care providers, and other relevant governmental and non-governmental organizations need to ensure that a safe and supportive environment is created to ensure that women and their babies receive safe and bespoke care that will be conducive to their development. We need to raise more awareness, share stories, and encourage all key stakeholders to take action. That's why I'm very pleased to have Rama Jalloh with me here today. Hello, Rama.
Hello, Auntie Zainab. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for coming here today.
It's all right. It's my pleasure.
Thank you. Rama kindly reached out to share her maternal experience, including preeclampsia and other scourges that affect women from the migrant community, but specifically from the Black ethnic community, and also what happens to women in Africa. So I think I'll give you the opportunity, Rama, to please introduce yourself and we can take it from there.
Okay. Okay. My name is Ramatula Jalloh. I am from West Africa, and my husband also is from West Africa. We all from where we come from, and the reason why I reach out to our sister Zainab Barre is the ongoing fragile issues about maternal health, really, more specifically about preeclampsia, because that's what I assisted to said. I want to join this podcast and talk about my own experiences, because for me, it's not hidden and it's not something that we can keep it to our really selves. And then maybe if I talk to it about it more, someone might be more encouraged to speak to about it tomorrow. So it hasn't been. I pre-eclampsia should be really big awareness among the all communities, not the migrant and Black communities. It should be open to everyone. It's an ongoing issue. It's killing more women that we think of. Looking at statistically from this country to everywhere, every part of the world at the moment. And I am still blurred in my mind to know, really, I do question myself, really, what is coming, what is triggering for preeclampsia, what are the signs can we know when it's happening, what can we do in our power to, because I am really, I believe and I'm sure that with studies that are ongoing, we might be able really to find out about something, like really when it's triggered, what do you have to take, what, not the challenges, but what can you look out, to be honest, like, okay, this is happening, maybe I might have this, because it's not only we lucky we are in these countries, very developed countries, and when whatever happened, you can just run to your nearest A&E and then look out and ask for help. But when we look at when we're trying to go further, people are haven't got the same opportunities. There's a financial burden. There is a religious burden. There is so many things in the horizon that make it not possible. So it really is a big question that I have into my head. So yes, and I forgot really to say a bit of my background. And I am Ramatula Jalloh. Yeah, I've been in this country for over 20 years now, and I'm also a civil servant within the local government, and yeah, and I'm also a mom of 4 children, and three, yeah, three of my pregnancies has been dealt with preeclampsia. So I am really a bit aware of the ongoing issues that rising about a preeclampsia.
Thank you so much, Rama. What a powerful background. And I just love the way that you beautifully introduced the topic, and also how you ensured that you showed how relevant, your story is to what we're going to talk about today. You've been through it for at least 3 times,
Yeah.
and you told me previously that you've also noticed that it happens to many people back home, in Africa. Um,
Hmm.
and so it's, as you said, it's good to look out for the symptoms. But,
Yeah.
here we are lucky, as you said, you just go and, to your nearest A&E, or you can just
Hmm.
Google it and see, these are the symptoms on
Hmm.
NHS website, and you know that,
Yeah.
that is also reliable. But in terms
Hmm.
of, people who are not aware of it, yes, having these types of conversations,
Hmm.
really, really helps. Although we are not doctors, you and I.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but lived experience matters. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And that's a very powerful experience, to be honest.
exactly. So
Yeah.
I think let's start with that, please. If
Okay. All right.
please,
Okay.
Rama, what was your
Mm-hmm.
experience, please? You can either share one, with one
Yeah.
pregnancy, or
Yeah.
share everything that you remember that you are feeling okay to share with here today, please.
Yeah. 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 I'll share for my second pregnancy, and it was to be honest, I was not aware. I never knew about it, and I never been told, to be honest, at the time. But that was back in 2015. As a normal checkup, every time I used to go to my midwife, like a normal weekly checkup with your midwife. So before is now that I went through it and I knew it's preeclampsia, now I can relate. Because before I had a cut of appetite, and everything that I eat, I normally throw up, but I took it like it's a pregnancy, like everyone say, oh, anything you eat is fine, it's pregnancy. And then I was becoming very, very tired. The fatigue was extreme, even though I was taking the tablet that helps you, like what we called pregnant care in here. So I
Mhm.
was taking it, and they say like if you take that, it will really help you. I was really eating all right, but suddenly all that started cutting off. I would not, and then I was so tempered. Every minute, my hormone was everywhere. So it continued, but I just say, oh, it's the tiredness of the pregnancy. And at time, to be honest, I was loading a lot. I remember I had one main job, and then I had about 2 to 3 consultancy jobs
Mm.
that I did aside. And those consultancy jobs, some people think, oh, it's easy because it was about paperwork being sent home, like files that I need to read, and then we have to sit down in a board meeting and then deal with the outcome and everything. So there was a lot, but I would say, oh, pregnancy, you just need to be busy. You need to do something. Like they said, you need to move around. But I will load in my body a lot, maybe what it can take. So that particular 17th of August that I will never forget, normal midwife appointment, go into my midwife, add everything that they ask you, urine samples, checking your high blood pressure and everything. Oh, I went ahead on my urine sample. She was not happy. She started shaking her head. I was like, maybe, she's just doing that. And then second thing, she said, okay, let me feel the baby first. I lay down on the bed and she checked the baby. She heard the heartbeat and everything. And I came out of the bed and I sat down. She said, okay, relax. I want you to relax. I relaxed. She said, drink a bit of water. I drank a bit of water, but it was not usual. Normally, I don't go through none of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said, let me take your blood pressure. She took my blood pressure. My blood pressure was over 150.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. And she said, you know what? I am not going to let you go home today. I said, really? She said, no, you're not going home today. I'm afraid. I'm not going to take a chance. And if something happened, I am a professional, healthcare. If I don't do something, if something later will happen, I will not going to forgive myself. That's
Mm.
what the lady said. I said, okay. And then thank God I had my husband waiting outside with my daughter. And then she said, are you here with someone? I said, yes, I am here with my husband. And then she said, okay, if you were not here with someone, I would have called an ambulance. You're not going to go home today. Then I realized there is something very, but still, when you're not, how can I say that? If you're not, it's not like you don't know, but when you're not in that particular place, you don't know how important and how it's a big matter. So I was like, what is this? What is this lady saying? Only about a blood pressure. But you don't know about it. You don't know about healthcare. And I think at that time, I didn't make myself aware of that particular issue because it was not out there that people talk about, like leaflet being said, your midwife talking to you, the importance, the non-important, the consequences and everything. So I just take it, to be honest, like, okay, it's fine. So then I told my husband, I said, come in, the midwife want to talk to you. And he came in and the midwife said, I'm sorry, you have to take her straight to the hospital, to the maternity unit. She needs to be seen. And I think by 1 or 2 days, the baby they have to induce you and have a baby. I said, induce me? My due date is in the next 12 days because my due date was on the 29th of August. And she said, I don't think so. You're going to wait until the 29th of August.
Wow.
Yes. And I went down to the maternity. They saw me. They saw already the paperwork from the midwife and everything. They said, I'm sorry, we're not going to go home. Today, you're going to get induced.
Ah.
Yeah. And yeah. And then I said, can I at least talk to a doctor? And they said, yeah, you will have the chance to talk to a doctor and everything. But it's a bit delicate. We have to do this ASAP. You might lose your life or the baby might lose their life. I said, wow, this is very, very, very like important. And I was then started being scared. And the midwife came, the doctor came, they explained and everything. And then after that, I just have they induced me. And then how many hours? After a few more hours, I had the baby. Thank God. There was no problem. I haven't bled that much that the scared is normal, delivery bleeding. And from there, I got monitored. But then the issue hasn't finished. So when I had the baby, everything is fine and everything. Still didn't get enough sleep. I'm still like, okay, when you have a baby first day, all your hormone, all your body, I don't know, and then you
Yeah.
haven't had enough sleep as well. So that triggered as well. So the blood pressure was not going down. I was asking them, why is it not going down? So they were trying to give me medication to help me to get the blood pressure down. But the blood pressure was not going down. So they were trying all sorts of tablets to see. And then because I remember the ward where I was, it was so busy, like babies crying, babies some have other issues. So I said to the doctor, I can't stay here. If I stay here, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm so tired. I wanna go home. And the doctor said, but your blood pressure is very high. I said, I'm sorry, but I have to go home. I'm tired. I cannot sleep with this kind of noise. Or otherwise, try to put me in a private room, so at least where I can rest. They said, oh, we're going to try to find and everything, but there was none of that. So I pushed myself. I said, I'm going to go home. the doctor said, okay, we're going to give you some medication that we found is going to reduce a bit, but go and see. I came back on Thursday night. Yes. Friday, I spent the whole day in here. Saturday, I'm telling you, Sister Zainab, my head, I had that, I will never forget that headache that I had.
Wow.
I had a particular headache on my body. I remember I had another friend who visited me that day. And when she came, she even looked at me. I took paracetamol, I took all of that. The headache was not going down at all. And then around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, I believe, or 8, yes. I said to my husband, I said, I cannot take this. I cannot take this pain anymore. And it didn't came into my mind, check your blood pressure.
There you go. Yeah.
Check your blood pressure. There is something going on. Check your blood pressure. I didn't, Sister Zainab. I didn't. I just said, oh, it's a normal thing because I haven't really been educated. It's not like I haven't been to university. I haven't do other things. I do consultancy job. I work. I have my job, which is everything. But in that particular thing, I haven't been educated about it. I haven't been spoken, the consequences really.
It was
The
new to
proper
you.
consequences.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's new to me. So
Yeah.
for me, it's like, oh, what is this going on? And even where we grow up, you are never been told about these things.
Never.
You never been told about these things. So I said to myself, no. But then I told my husband, I said, my headache, this headache, I have to go to the hospital. He said, okay, let's pack up your things and get there. We get there, we park at the maternity park cover. He even asked me, he said, are you sure you go? I said, no, yeah, I'm gonna make it. Just park there. I'm gonna make it. So we walked all the way to the maternity. We came in. We saw us. I said, oh, I have terrible headache. They said, when did you give birth? I said, the day before yesterday. They said, okay. And then when I came in, the lady who took my blood pressure went to 2020.
Wow.
She looked at me with broad eyes. She was so scared. Not scared of me, but scared for me, for my life.
Yeah.
You understand? And she said, and me, I was jokingly sitting, as you know me, all the time, laughing, joking. And then she said, yes. And then she said, do you know the extent what you're going through? I said, what extent? I just had the baby. She's well, and I'm okay. She said, no, you're not okay. You seems okay, but you're not okay.
Wow.
I said, I'm not even going to make you talk too much because even that will rise up your blood pressure. I am not. So there was that doctor. She was the only one, but she was in surgery. They had to call her from surgery to come. There's a lady who has a blood pressure that is 2020 and they believe is going up. And the lady rushed from that particular surgery to come down. Wow. I will never forget. I was sitting with my husband and my daughter. And then she said, oh, and then she said, you are very lucky to have what, you are very lucky you're still alive. Wow. If somebody has a blood pressure of 2020, you wouldn't be sitting and laughing by now. Wow. Yeah, you will be in a coma now. You'll be having like what did she say that? I don't know, on a healthcare thing. Yeah, she still be like, now you will be having a stroke. Wow. Yeah, and you still, and I remember jokingly as well, she said, you will live long. Yes, that's the thing she said. 2020, and she told my husband, she said to my husband, did she walk from the car park to here? My husband said, yes, she did. I didn't help her, nothing. She walked by herself from the car park, maternity car park to here. Wow. And then she said, okay, yeah. And then she said, okay, lay down. We're going to have to give you a good medication that really reduce. So they gave me one little tablet. It reduced the high blood pressure so quick. It's from there, Sister Zainab, the way I slept, I can remember, Never remember that I slept that well.
Wow. What a,
Because yes. And then after that, still, they said, oh, I said, what is all of this? They say, no, you have something called pre-eclampsia. I said, then I never had it because my other pregnancies, I never had it. She said, yeah, you never had it because everything it comes, maybe by the time your body. Then I said, does that relate to age? Do I relate to ethnicity? Does it relate to, I don't know, to the background? I don't know. I said, then the lady, I remember, she said, the nurse, she said, not really, to be honest. Doesn't matter about ethnicity, doesn't matter about background, it doesn't matter about, sometimes even the healthiest people get preeclampsia in pregnancy. So this one, she couldn't really give me an answer.
mm,
She just said, when you are pregnant, try to rest, try not to load yourself to your body to try to be too much tired and
mm,
fatigue and things like that. And I took it like that, but still I'm triggered because after that pregnancy, the following pregnancy, I had preeclampsia. They knew about it. That's why. And the problem with preeclampsia is your baby never kind of continue grow to a certain level, like having a kilos to a certain level. And sometimes you can never have a full term pregnancy. Most of the time, by the 38 or 39 weeks, they will have to induce you to have the baby. And all of that is good to kind of tell the woman so they are aware, they know. And some of them, because of that, some of them can be able to deliver themselves, but even that, they should be monitored, very closely monitored. And pre-eclampsia as well, even after you have the baby, it can still kind of, how can I say that term? No, but it can be fatal even after you give the birth. It can be really fatal because I remember when I had my baby for 2 months, I had to take a blood pressure tablet to reduce. And I remember I was taking my blood pressure tablet, like I start from 6 o'clock in the morning. Every 4 hours, the difference between is every 4 hours you take it. So I used to take it mostly until from night time. And all of that, they should tell you, it's good sometime in your mind when you prepare for something, especially if you had it once. If you didn't have it, but still to educate you about it, to tell you, this is happening. So these are the signs, leaflets, like health professionals should like, okay, this is what is happening. This is the kind of sign you'll be waiting for. It depends on every woman to woman. But by now, they could get like experiences, people saying, and definitely when you watch a lot of podcasts or a lot of interviews, a lot of women will tell you, if you look at about 3 to 4 cases, you will see those 3 to 4 cases have got the same similar sign.
wow.
So that's what my experience gave me. And most of my babies never went beyond 3 kilos.
Wow.
Yeah, no. All of them is normally 2 kilo 5, 2 kilo 6, 2 kilo 8, never 3 kilos.
Wow.
But if you come out if you come out alive, definitely with children, the weight and everything picks up. And then the mom as well, a lot of support and everything. Yes, it can. But that's my preeclampsia first experience, to be honest. But
That's
from then I knew now how to get on things, if from the following pregnancy to my last pregnancy, I knew. And I was also aware to tell, because what as well I don't understand, they say that in our NHS um they keep our profile, they keep our healthcare confidential document for 5 years. But every time you go anywhere, you have to repeat. You understand? You have to repeat
Yeah.
your experience. You have to tell them.
Mm.
And for me, it shouldn't, because it's shared now. Everything is open and shared. So that should be seen. Because sometimes you're not in the thing. You think, oh, they already know. So I don't need to tell them. They are professionals. But sometimes you don't blame them. They don't know. They cannot see that in the system. It's not flagged. Oh, okay, this particular lady, she had the baby. 2 years later, she came back. 3 years later, she came back. Okay, in her profile, it says that she had a pre-eclampsia. Oh, let's ask if that's okay. Thing like that, and then make it aware. Like, ask question. How many children do you have? In your previous one, did you have a pre-eclampsia? Then from there, the conversation will start, because sometimes with communities, some people even saying one thing is like, oh, I don't want to disclose my thing. I don't want people to know. And you don't blame them. It's what you grow up with,
That's
you
right.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't like to disclose. They don't like to share. And you don't blame nobody, to be honest, because everyone is how they are, they think. But for me, it's not a problem sharing this, because it helped me until where I am. Definitely, maybe my story will help another one.
And that's amazing because, as you said, our community is a very guarded community. People
Yeah,
don't really
exactly.
share. And
Yeah.
I'm so grateful that you've shared your story. You have no idea how powerful this is, or maybe you actually do. You know where we come
Not
from and how
even, to be honest. Yeah, yeah,
quiet
yeah.
people are. So, I mean, hopefully people would really take, the time to listen to this and learn that it's okay to, to not feel okay, but also when you don't feel okay, you are
Yeah.
self-aware, which you were, and you
Mhm.
went straight to the hospital, you did the right
Yeah.
thing. And
Yeah.
I mean, your intuition, God saved you that day.
Yeah,
And
exactly. Yeah. And
it's
the thing as well, I was lucky really to have good professional around me. So
yeah.
if you have a good professional as well around you that doesn't sit back and wait for you to take some kind of decision, and that's a good thing in these countries, because when it comes to this kind of situation, your opinion will come later. But if it's a human being that need to be saved, that the human being need to be saved first. Then after that, it's like, okay, we will talk about that. But your life and the baby life like this, it need to be saved first. Which
Mm.
is a good thing, because some people, they don't have these opportunities. And that's why, to be honest, you doing like that and fighting for maternal health. Maternal health is very, very important. It's
Yeah.
very important, it's very dear. There's a lot of things happening with maternal health that people are not aware. Not only about pre-eclampsia, there is issues about fibroids, there is a lot different of those kinds of things that you don't know, especially us coming from our background. We know when it comes, some people know how they grow up. When you were from teenager, the time you have your period that have started and all of that is too much. A woman health is very important.
It really is. It really is. And it's
Yeah,
relevant to everyone, whether women or men, because, we've all been through it. Women give
yeah,
and men have been born. So,
yeah,
maternal health affects
exactly.
everyone.
Yeah,
Exactly. So, and I mean, there's so much to unpack from your story, Rama. Thank you so
yeah.
much. And I
It's
mean, yes, in terms of, the way that they told you, I mean, the first time when you were at the hospital before giving birth and the lady was telling you, oh, your blood pressure is high, and did that scare you? And you said it scared you, but did you feel like, you were informed in a professional way, or was that because you told me that, it was after you'd given birth, you'd gone home, then you came back, then they told you you had pre-eclampsia. So, I mean, do you
Mhm.
feel like, did you feel that they could have told you earlier, that they could have given
Uh,
you the information that you needed?
I think they really did. They did see preeclampsia, but it was not for me really to take it. It's kind of for them. You reach hospital.
Hmm.
Okay, you reach hospital. Now everything is on us. So to be honest, Sister Zainab, I was not that scared, to be honest, because the reason is why it's not this. It hasn't been explained to me deeply the consequences, like that. It's not a joke. You, you have to be, you need to take this into consideration. It's important.
Yeah.
It's about your life, it's about the life of your unborn child. So it's not something like we just want to kind of induce women left, right, and center. No, we induce for a reason. And
And
that's
when
what as well. Yes,
sorry.
you need to be induced for a reason. But everything, like I remember when the lady, that midwife came, oh, Miss Jalloh, you will need to be induced. I said, okay, induced for what? Can't I not wait or something? Me, still, in my mind, I'm still waiting. I'm gonna fight. Everything is about me fighting. But there is no fighting. This is science. You have a condition. It's not about fighting here. It's about letting the professional deal with it. You're gonna get induced. We're gonna go through everything, and then you safe deliver your child. But to be honest, I haven't been taught, because bear in mind that was only about 24 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand? That was only about 24 hours. I never got this to tell me from the beginning of my pregnancy, you know what? I think you're having a problem with preeclampsia, because I remember that started because I even had my feet swollen. My feet, my feet was swollen. Both of my feet were swollen.
Which is one of the symptoms. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. That was one of the symptoms, and I went to the hospital like that. I had scan like this. Nobody said. And then I went to one of my midwife, and then I came back. They just said, oh, lift your, what they call it, they will lift your feet up.
Wow.
So all of this, that was already a sign that telling me, you know what? It's something, your high blood pressure trying to go up. And then the day I went. So that means, look at that, for 1 week. But because the time I saw the midwife to the following week, I had to go through all of that.
Yeah. And obviously, so there were signs that, could have been spotted earlier, that they could have been digging a little deeper to find out what was
Yes.
causing, these symptoms, and what
Yeah.
actually that were very, visible, because swallowing
Invisible.
food is
But
not
still,
inside, it's out there.
yes. But because I haven't been educated about it, for
Mm.
me it's normal. Maybe I'm tired, let me lift, maybe, something like that. That's all I was doing.
Yeah.
But I never in my head sleeping, trying to eat, trying to do my daily thing.
No.
Because if it was really like something that I was told, I was educated, there was leaflet, there was things that you can go and read and been told every time from the time you got you knew that you are pregnant until the time you deliver. Definitely, it will sink into your head.
That's right. That's right. I mean,
You
there's
know,
a lot, yeah, there's a lot of
it
awareness
will.
that needs to be
Yeah.
done especially with this topic, because yeah, you go into it, and as you said, it was your first pregnancy. You'd never been pregnant before. You were here, and you trusted the healthcare
No,
professional. Yeah.
that was my second
The
pregnancy
second
I had,
pregnancy.
but the
Okay.
other one was safe. I never had none of these issues, none of the problem. So that's
Okay.
why I didn't take it into like there is something, because I've already had one, being
Okay.
healthy, being everything. So why now the problem is the second? So that's what as well there need to be awareness. You
Mm-hmm.
can't be having one child, two children, three children, four children, or and then your fifth pregnancy can be preeclampsia. It
That's
can
right.
happen. Because
Yeah.
now, me reading now, me knowing that I went through it, then I know, yes, you can have all of these four pregnancies, never have a problem. You can have the last one or the fifth one having a problem with preeclampsia. You can start with preeclampsia, and then all of it can be preeclampsia.
And
Because
that's a
that's a
very,
problem as well. When you start with one preeclampsia, what I've read in somewhere, I don't know if it's true or not, all the other gestures will be preeclampsia. Because then the body is already in there, that, so you need to be very, very aware, but rare that you will pass into one pregnancy before, as not having a preeclampsia.
Oh, I see. And that's a
Yeah,
very important information to share,
yeah,
because I was
yeah,
not aware of that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so we, in the maternity realm, as you said, I work in that realm,
Mhm,
and we talk a lot about informed consent. So especially in terms of induction of labor, were
mhm.
there any leaflets that were given to you at that point, to read about induction? Did they ask you for your permission? Did you give your consent, or did they just say, this has to happen. You have to listen to us. We have to do what is good for you. How would you?
They really did. They
Okay.
really gave me the leaflet, and they brought myself and my husband, and we read the leaflet because when we came, like I said, is only like a few hours, and then the doctors came. They gave us leaflet. To be honest, there's a different type of induction they
Mm,
gave us,
okay.
and then they said, "Look, this is what at the moment your blood pressure is going up." And they told us, and if if you don't decide on which one you want to go as a professional, because we're gonna sit down, because this matter is a matter of urgency and emergency. We
Hmm.
will have to sit in a board meeting, discuss about your case, and do what is right as well for both of you and baby.
Right.
But for the meantime, this is the induction. I'm gonna talk to you about it through it. I'm gonna tell you the reason why we need to induce you and everything. Now is up to you to think. I was a bit hesitant, to be honest, myself. I was like, why can't we do nothing to force me to say? They gave me all the option. If is this, you might like lose your blood. You might, if you don't. There's a lot of things really they did explain. As somebody who was well educated and something, I sat down and I thought, you know what? I don't think they're doing something bad. Really, they're not kind of forcing me, okay,
Mhm.
come now, or we're gonna do this to you. No, they're giving me option. It's up to me to take the option. Or they told me, if anything happen, you take the consequences. It's not really us. But as a health professional, we're not gonna sit back and watch that happen.
Mhm.
To be honest, they said we're gonna come back in a few hours, talk through it together, you and your partner, and then please let us know. I'm gonna come back again later and then talk to you. And that's that time. Then I sat down with my husband. He said, "Look, this is what's happening. I know you're tired. I know you're just fed up with everything, but know that a lot of people are went through it. Soon, maybe in the next few hours or 2 days, you're gonna be having your baby. So just read. Let's read about it. Let's know about it and everything." But that's what I'm saying. I could have stand up and said, "No, I'm not doing it. I wanna fight. I wanna try to deliver myself on my way, or give me time to go. Just give me the medication, and then let's see how my blood pressure gonna be. I wanna sit down and wait until my due date." But even that time, they told me you are safe to deliver your baby. Yeah, you're over 39 weeks. I know 38 weeks. So
Okay.
you're safe for the baby to come. To be honest, as well, they did say that. And from there, when I looked at all of that, I said, okay, let me go beyond it. I took the much better induce option that I took. And from that, after I think, but it was a longer, it was about 8 hours
Mm.
labor.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 hours labor. Then I had my daughter. But for me, all of that would start up from the beginning. Then from there, you have option, you have second opinion,
Yeah.
third opinion.
Yeah.
Is up to you, like what you want to do and all of that. Because some people, it's not just what you've been told. Okay, that, yeah, it's an emergency. Everyone want to have a healthy baby.
Yeah.
Whichever way you've been told, as you've carried your baby to nearly your last term, and they're telling you, uh, if you don't do it, you might lose your baby. No woman gonna sit around and wait, my dear. To be honest,
Mm.
anything they're gonna tell me at that moment, I'll do it, because I just wanna deliver safe. I wanna have a healthy baby, a baby that is alive, and everything, to have that joy. You understand? And I feel for other women who will not get that chance, to be honest, because it's difficult as a mother. It's really, really hard. It is.
That's right.
But at that moment, anything they're gonna tell me, my dear, I will take it.
Yeah.
I
And
will not have a day to say there or if or but no, I'll take it.
and it's great that, you've been given the time to think about it, to read
Yeah,
about it. You've been given the options, and your husband was there to support
yeah,
you.
yeah,
As you said, it's wonderful, and
yeah.
that's an opportunity that many women do not have, and it's also good to recognize that. And yeah, and as you said, you should really start from the beginning, really, of your
Mhm.
maternal experience, so that the whole team knows about, your needs, and also what is expected towards the end, and how to prepare you mentally and psychologically and even
Yeah.
physically, for your birth. So yeah, we also talk about continuity of care in the maternity
Mhm.
realm. That's what you talked about, having to repeat yourself all the time, because
Yeah,
you see
yes,
so many midwives throughout. Then, you know,
yes.
that person might know, the other one doesn't know. So it's important to, as you said, to have people who know exactly
Mm-hmm.
what you're going through, and so that you don't have to repeat yourself all the time. But
Yeah.
because I have been through, the maternal experience as well, and as you were saying,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes when you repeat yourself, you feel safer. You feel like I'm giving them all the information just in case they didn't read it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes, my dear. Yes, exactly. That's the what. It's not about you trying to disclose anything. No, you're not trying to disclose, but that particular thing, let them know that you had it, because
Yeah.
that's another example of my own life. After that first pregnancy, having preeclampsia, all the other one, I was well looked after, to be honest, because then
Wonderful.
everywhere that I go, I tell them I've got preeclampsia. I had my preeclampsia. So they already straight away know the kind of care I'm going to have, how many treatment will I have. With this one, every week I was seeing a particular doctor that deal with that particular side, like how they sell it, a sonographer, like
Hmm.
a sonographer doctor
Okay.
that goes beyond, because not normal sonographer will not see the issues that you have about that preeclampsia, because preeclampsia, I believe, is also will be like an issue of a placenta as well that
Okay.
triggers it. Yes.
Yeah.
So I had that particular doctor that
Hmm.
saw me every week. They check myself, they check the womb, they check the placenta and the baby and everything. If the baby getting more fluid, normal fluid, anything that the baby was supposed to have inside. So
Hmm.
that particular doctor, they have that. If I would have kept myself, I said, no, you know what? I'm not going to disclose it. I'm going to let them figure it out. Why gonna happen to you again? Because I first went through it, and that's what after I never had my blood pressure going up again after giving birth, and aftercare was okay, because even that they never mostly made me so after giving birth straight away to go to the hospital. They kept me here for 2 to 3 days or even a week, and then after that go back by myself and everything. So for me, disclosing that and aftercare after my first preeclampsia experience was very good, to be honest.
Fantastic.
Since that, I had my other two, never no problem. In the ward as well, when I went to give birth, all professional were there. There's thing that waiting in case of any emergency, in case of any losing blood or something. Everything was there waiting, because then they
Fantastic.
already aware what I had before.
That exactly. That's really good. And so, as is usually said, not only do we have to have people to advocate for ourselves, but also we need to advocate for ourselves as well. We need to
Yeah,
communicate, and communication is key when we are, going through the maternal experience. I mean, everywhere,
yeah,
communication is
yeah.
key. So I'm glad
Yeah.
you actually, took the time and remembered, because at that time sometimes you don't even remember to share
No,
it.
no,
Just,
no,
just
no,
get
no.
on with it. So
Yes.
you remembered.
But you know something in live experience, if it really hit you, you can never really forget about it.
That's right. That's
If
right.
it really hit you, and it's not, it really hit me once, but now I'm aware with another two more.
Hmm.
It's something I can never go away. Even if you wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, I will tell you the same story because
That's
I lived it.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah. And it's so important that you're using it now to make more people
yeah,
aware of the issue.
yeah.
And
And it really fetched my heart really to kind of hear every day when I hear about a lady, like really a couple or parent who lost their child, or a couple,
yeah,
a dad who has lost the child and lost the mom, or lost the mom or and left the child. It's a very difficult situation. Everything that happened to me, it's like you just take a knife and, you know,
yeah,
open my heart, and I don't know, the way I feel, all my body just get, I don't know how I feel, to be honest.
yeah,
It's really sad. Every time I hear it, it's really sad. And people don't know, they're not trying to put that word of pre-eclampsia somewhere. They
yeah,
have to, that word has to come out.
yeah,
It's not something as well. It's a big word of pre-eclampsia. It's a lot. It's
yeah,
a lot in there, to be honest. It
yeah.
is.
It happens to many people, and
It happened. It
yeah,
happened to many people.
yeah. And as we said, the symptoms are, there are many symptoms. And according to the NHS, I'm on the NHS website here, and
Hmm.
it says that it includes high blood pressure or having protein in the person's urine. These are like early
Yeah.
signs that might not be noticed, but some of the signs that people could notice are like severe headache, as you mentioned,
Yeah.
vision problems such as blurring or flashing, pain
Yeah.
below the ribs, or vomiting, sudden swelling
Yeah.
of the face, hands, or feet, which you had. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, knowing those symptoms and knowing what you've been through, what would you tell to any woman right now who is trying to conceive, or who's already, expecting and is, going through their maternal journey? What would you tell them, and what would you tell the healthcare professionals, please, if you were to change things, make them more positive?
Okay. As a woman, I would just say really to listen to your body. Listen to your body, know your body.
Yeah.
It's not everyone who's at but have your intuition as well. To be honest, we take that as light, but intuition doesn't lie.
No.
Sometimes when it is anything as well, go to your professional, no matter where you are.
Mm.
As I always say, your health is your wealth.
Yeah.
If
Indeed.
you see you're running there and then, it's because you're healthy.
Yeah.
Anywhere that you are pregnant, or you're trying to conceive, or you conceived, in any issue, go to the professional, no matter what. They know more than what you know,
Mm. Okay.
because they got experience, they studied about it. Go to the professional, ask. Don't be scared of asking.
Hmm.
Ask, be open, read, look for yourself, and try to have not only one opinion,
Hmm.
two opinions, three opinions.
Hmm.
And yeah, like educate yourself as well. Educate yourself, and be be able as well to receive, because sometimes you can receive information is not what you're looking for, but it doesn't matter. Take it in between the one information, in one line, you will have something very, very, very useful. So that's what I'm saying, because with this, if you're not looking for, if you're not searching for those information, if you're not searching for the education, if you're not educating yourself with this kind of matter, it's going to be a bit hard. I know it's good to let everything on the health professional, but the health professional as well, they have a lot going on. But for me, with the health professional, they have to also to know, to read more about different ethnicity and background, and for things to be open as well, like leaflets. People think leaflet is not something just you put. It's a very useful information. When I go anywhere, I see a leaflet, I take it. I wouldn't maybe read it there, but when I come home, I will read it. If it's not, They can sometimes have a group and kind of make me women aware, like, okay, this is a group going on. Maybe you can come once or twice. And even sometime, even in the midwife surgeries, you can have, even in the surgery places, they're gonna say, okay, we have this going on, just come and listen. Or even sometimes these podcasts, it's not everyone as well got the time to
Mm-hmm.
go places, and it costs as well. Like, we know where we are with the
Yeah.
financial difficulty at the moment. So it's gonna be a bit, but podcasts, things on the TV, everyone is on the TV, on the social medias, Twitters and everywhere, that people can just be aware and see things. Is for me, healthcare need to put that across, because
Mm-hmm.
no matter what, even in an advert, you can just search on your TV now, you see an advert, definitely you look at it in there. Or if you see on our social medias, you can see like an advert in there. With that, your eyes will catch.
Yeah.
You can go to your surgery, you see a leaflet wheel. Podcast that you're doing right now is good. You understand? People will listen. Eh, for me, that's, and healthcare professional should be as a very patient, because at that time you are in a you are a vulnerable place, vulnerable situations. Everyone, people come here with different issues, background, how they had the pregnancy, how it is, and everything. And with that one as well, come to another healthcare issues, is a lot to take in. So health professionals should be very patient.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. I mean, words of wisdom there. Thank you.
It's
Cultural
okay.
safety, information, collaboration with healthcare professionals, cultural
Mhm.
intelligence, and as you said, you know your body, so you are an expert of your own body, basically.
Yeah, yeah,
But still, you go to the healthcare professionals, you listen to them as well. They should also
yeah,
listen to you. So it's a two-way, thing. It's a collaborative, approach that could work. Thank
yeah.
you so much, Rama. Amazing, amazing shares
It's all
here.
right.
So
Thank
pleased
you.
to have spent this time with you. I'll give you maybe a few seconds to share one last message, and maybe we'll just call it a day.
Oh, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity as well to be on your podcast today. And I really appreciate it to be able to come somewhere to a big platform like what is going on, to share your own experiences. Because even if you have experiences, live experiences, sometimes you don't have a places where to share them. You cannot just sit down. I'm not a person who open a social media and just do those kind of thing, but platform like that I am able, because I know it's secure and I know where it's reaching and everything. So I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you, and thank you to your viewers, and thanks for everyone who will be listening to it. And yeah, for us gonna say, for people just to take this into account, to special all people going through maternal, who are supporting a pregnant woman, a parent, a partner, somebody doing, even, yeah, a community, to be honest. So it's just to support each other.
Thank you so much for those wonderful
Mhm.
words. Thank you.
It's okay.
Beautifully shared. I really appreciate that. And thank you for gifting us with your time, with your
It's,
wonderful story.
it's all
Very
right.
powerful one. And yeah, I look forward to speaking to you soon again.
Okay.
Take care and
Thank you. Bye bye.
bye. Dear listeners, if you're still there, don't forget to like and share the video and comment. Take care and thank you very much for listening. Bye.